Hello?
Hi, Jean.
Why can't I can't see you.
Hold on. I haven't put my camera on yet.
Well, I can't see me neither. And I'm a host. Oh, there I am. That's my picture. Hey, Jacob, why can't I see oh, where's my video? Up there I am. Why? Why?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good. I mean, I think, I think we're ready. I just need to test going to these different places. Did you put the, housekeeping slides in yet?
No, I can do that. Would that make sense for us to do that instead of me just, okay.
I think, right? So then instead of switching
Probably.
over.
You know what I'll do? I'll tell you, yeah, I'll slide them in after that first one for the poll everywhere.
Yeah.
And do those three, and then I'll do the one at the end. Oh, that's too smart. Stop it, Tammy.
Flying by the seat of our pants. Okay.
Okay.
So
we got plenty of time.
We do. While you do that, I'm
Uh-huh.
going to just make sure I can do screen sharing.
I'm going to minimize you.
Okay.
So go ahead. I'll be able
Okay.
to hear you. So, okay. Keep it talking.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that screen sharing, I have permissions to do that. Do you know if you have to make me a presenter?
There he is, Jacob. There he goes.
Oh, you're a co-host, so you should be able to.
Okay, and so my sharing is, let's see, where?
It should be
there.
at the bottom. Yeah.
Oh, well, there's a button. Share.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not too easy.
I have been using WebEx, and I think this is just the same. This is perfect. Yeah. So if I share my screen, then I can go back and forth between the two different places. So we're good.
Okay, so just a minute. That's not it. That one I needed.
Thanks, Jacob. It's awfully nice that you're doing this.
No
Isn't
problem.
that great? Okay, I know you sent me the presentation this morning, right?
Yes.
And I can't find your email from this morning. Okay, oh, wait a minute. There it is. Go ahead and put that. Oh, see, you did that afterwards.
I did.
My fault. There we go. There's the linky link. And yes, I said linky link. So. And there are those slides. And at the very bottom, I'm talking to myself. Oh, wait. That is.
Okay.
Okay, there's that one. There's that one. There's.
Okay, so that's ready to go.
Ooh, match. That looks nasty. Those housekeeping ones were fine. And then this last one, go back again.
I'll be right with you.
Why is it doing that? Import slides. Keep original. Okay, that's fine. So I've got that in. They're in, Tammy, if you can hear me.
I'll be right back.
Okay. You anymore. I don't need you anymore. I have all the slides in, Tammy.
Perfect. So just for my sanity, I'm going to
Go through them.
print. Well, yeah. You know what? That's a good idea. Yeah. I'm going to print this out though, just so if I need to make notes.
Absolutely. Are you driving for us then, Tammy, the whole time?
All righty.
So you're driving the whole time, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
How's that?
That's absolutely fine with me.
Okay. I think it's easier than switching back and forth.
Yeah, I agree.
And then if you manage the chat, that will be great.
Yes, I'll manage the chat.
Okay. And let me see what my print options are. Yeah, I just, because my husband gets up at 5.
Oh, gosh.
We all get up at 5.
Yeah, I'll bet you do.
Did you know that it's possible to play with toys at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Yes. You
Oh
knew
my
that.
gosh.
You didn't know that, huh?
Yes, of
Oh,
course. This is our second time. We should know everything. And it's like,
uh-huh.
I think that's how, I think that is with kids too. You just forget.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
Oh,
about that.
oh gosh. Yeah, I can remember kiddos waking up at 4 and 5 in the morning and then, absolutely going out into the living room, feeding, and then maybe laying back down on the couch. Either with the baby on my chest or right close so my arms are around him. It's pretty nuts.
Sure. For sure. My greatest sympathies go to the people who are managing, who are home with kids.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
because now everybody's getting bored. And yeah, we have, so the reason the other day it was just so hectic because the kids who are in the neighborhood are all excited because of the puppy. So
Oh,
everybody, so I have a lot of, oh, I'll watch the puppy. No, I'll watch the puppy. And I'm like, I can't have you kiddos in the house. This is, we got to watch some social distancing here.
oh,
So
absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
just our neighbor, because she and I have, she's really careful and we just know, but whew. Okay, so you want to go through this a minute?
I'm not sure.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm turning this, hold on.
Your
There.
desktop.
Yeah, I have a copy on my desktop just as a backup.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I was
That's
just,
how you go. Yeah.
yeah,
So
and it was wasn't going to print otherwise. So, okay. So when they first come in,
do you want me to just say, make sure you take a look at this and we're going to be doing some poll anywheres throughout the session. Do you want me to intro the whole thing, the first 4 slides?
yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
What I will do, so I don't know if I have to activate that first poll, but I could say, I don't know if I have to activate it for people to.
Yeah, I think you do, don't you?
I think so. So
yeah, I believe you would have to for them to be able to. In fact, when I was in that session where they were doing these poll anywheres and the clouds and all, he would go in. As he was talking, he was such a smooth presenter.
Yeah.
He would just activate as he was talking about what they were going to do. I mean,
Perfect.
So he never said anything to them about the fact that he was activating, and he would just do it, or that he had to.
That's
so he
great.
Did it. Yeah. So that's what I would do if I were you. You can talk about what the question is, and then just hit and let it go, let her rip.
Yeah, because the nice thing is when you have them all in a row, you just hit next, and once
activated.
we're in a live, it'll activate it. Yeah, cool. So that part's good. So that will be open. The question is, do I take poll question number 1 while you're waiting? Go ahead and answer that. They're going to probably do it anyway.
What are we waiting for?
Well, and
So,
so
so,
if they activate, they'll have the question.
okay, let's
Um,
go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning.
yeah, okay, so let's start here. First things, go ahead and just,
Yeah, so this is going to be up the first thing when they come in. And as they're coming in, I'll say, please, please go ahead and um, text, because we're doing poll anywhere, please pull your phone out and get ready to answer some questions. Now
yes,
respond to, this is for a
always get,
computer at the top, right? I don't know that we want,
yeah, if they,
if they're there by computer, they can log in with that poll
right,
that's above there. And then in the smartphone,
what they do is they go pull up a new message and
right,
they put in the to part 37607.
right. But they have to text to 37607, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll have it, just keep it open so that you can,
Right.
put your answers in. Okay, and then I need to go through, before we get started, I'll need to go through, the next slide. Go ahead, since you're,
Oh, I'm sorry. Since
yeah.
I'm driving the bus, I got to pay attention.
This just kind of talks about the participant tool bar across the top. Is that, no, it's at the bottom.
Let me do
It's at the
this.
bottom. Boy, that is really tiny. Gee,
Okay, so let me turn this into full screen here.
yeah. Hey, Jacob, are you still on with us?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, so are they coming in muted and no video?
Yes, I believe it's set up that way.
Okay, so that's what I want to tell them, is that you are muted and there's no video. Can they do video?
I believe it's just going to be chat.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
So my guess is, why would we need this slide if they can't do anything? If the only thing they can do is the chat.
Oh.
Go to the next slide for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing that they can do is the chat. And so go back to the previous slide. And so, Tammy, I'm going to want you to circle the chat where it says chat as we're talking about it.
Okay.
Because that's the way they're going to participate in this, is they're going to chat, and then I'll be moderating the chat. And if there are questions along the way, I'll read the questions and we'll answer and all of that. And by the way, your name is Jerry Macek.
Is it?
Yes.
Where? Really?
In Zoom, yeah.
In Zoom?
Yep.
Oh, geez, it is.
You can right click on that and rename it.
Good, thank you.
Hey, Jerry.
That's absolutely classic.
And I'm still looking for something else, but go ahead. Yeah, right click and you can change his name to Tammy.
I'm trying.
Right click right on his name.
Yeah, and I've got the rename, but it's not changing it. So,
oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'll get back to it. Let's
Let's just run through this real quick, okay?
For sure.
And then I'll talk about that. We'll be doing the group chat, and then go ahead. The last slide is use polling tools and other tools to engage with facilitator colleagues. Copyright, yes or no, thumbs up. Let's see. Unmute your audio, turn off and on your video. Really? Is that true? Jacob, is there any way you can confirm that they can join with their audio and video? Because if they can't, I don't want to put these slides up.
Yeah, here, I'm going back and looking at the emails, and I might email Charles to ask.
Well, you know, he is in a session right now.
Oh, okay.
Both he and Steve. Actually, Steve is presenting right now. But yeah.
I know audio is going to be off. I know that one for sure. Video,
Well,
I'm not sure.
But why would video be available if they couldn't use audio?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
it doesn't make any sense. God, I'm actually thinking straight today right now, Jerry.
You really are. And I just had a screen that said, do you want to change your screen name?
Oh,
And
perfect.
yeah, but I just clicked away from it somehow.
Maybe because you were, maybe
Here it
because you,
is.
there
Here
you
it
go.
is, new screen name.
Yay. Queen of presentations, Tammy Macek. Yay.
There. That, you gotta laugh or else you cry. That's just it.
Yep. I'll cry. Oh, I really didn't sleep much last night, so hey, marvelous.
Yeah, for sure. You have very lovely knit lipstick on. I'm going to go put some lipstick on. I'll be right back.
Thank you. Brilliant. I am trying to find something here, so hang on. From check. Now. Jeez.
Okay. Do you want, while he's checking on that, do
Uh-huh.
you want me to, okay, let me make
So
this.
if none of these apply anymore, except for maybe the chat one would be the only one that would apply. The first two maybe, and then the third one should be, we would need to delete it. And then you would take after I do those two slides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let's start here. And I do have a pointer.
Oh, wonderful. I like that. That's pretty.
I just have to watch so that I don't fly around too much with it. Okay. So, you, I'll introduce myself. You introduce yourself.
Uh-huh.
And we will move forward.
Thanks for joining us today.
So the first thing, I'm going to take that.
Do you want me to, I'm sorry, do you want me to say that this is going to be highly participative, or we want you to participate in the chat? Oh, no, I'll do that when we go through the slides, the housekeeping slides. So that's fine. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good idea. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is go to a poll everywhere. You've already set this up. You can see this okay, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to have to I'll have to go back and forth to full screen because you just see it better.
Yep.
Sum up your professional development, and then we can highlight some of their thoughts, etc. You know what? That's a whole lot of words. That takes up the screen, doesn't it? Let me do this. Sum up faculty. Do we want it? We want it to be though faculty, QM faculty, PD, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just trying to shorten that up a little bit. Okay, so then they do that. We'll show the results. I'll go to the next one, activate it, come back here. I think I have 2 in a row. Okay, so
yes, you do,
this is the part I changed, and I hope this is okay. I just thought, right now, what's your biggest challenge? Okay, so same thing, a word cloud for that.
Right, and I added use underscore between words just like you did before.
Oh,
so
perfect.
It's the same thing, yeah.
Okay, perfect, good. So let me make sure that's in order. Okay, so they'll do that.
I sent
Go ahead.
I sent an email out just to make sure, but From what I've read, I'm pretty sure video is going to be off as well because it was when you guys joined before I made you hosts. So
Okay, so why don't you go ahead, Tammy, and get rid of slide 4.
Okay.
Using polling tools and others, yeah.
Okay, so now you have
The
that.
participant bar, and then we'll get to the chat. So that's where I want you. So on slide 2, use your
Mhm.
pointer thingy to show where the chat is on the toolbar.
Okay, so let me grab that pointer.
Oh, cool. It'll be
So,
on the slide before, yeah, but then you can, yeah.
so
where the
right
chat
here.
is. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then the next slide, we'll just talk about, that's where we're going to want you to participate, and I'll be watching that. So type your message from me to everyone, and they can only send it to everyone.
Oh, that's good. Those are some
Yeah.
good. That's
Things
good.
to
'Cause-
know. Mhm.
Yeah, it is good.
Okay, cool.
All righty, very good. So next slide, we do our introductions. And we have the first question. We have the second question.
Uh-huh.
And then in this session, our 2 primary outcomes. Apply 5 that you would apply. I'll read.
Go ahead, say it again.
After attending this session, you will be able to apply the 5 key elements of success to your institutional QM professional development plan.
Uh-huh.
For the QM plan, well, anyway, I'm not going to add it. You'll be able to recognize the differences between QM Ohio and national professional development opportunities. Okay, so first, we'd like to talk about the 5 keys to successful professional development. Those 5 keys are: be present at the table, timing, timing, timing. So do you want me to read those, or do you want to alternate? Like, do you want to read these?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Okay, so I can do yeah. So this is what the 5 keys, this is what we're going to talk about over the course of the next 40 minutes. The 5 keys to success for professional development. And as you can see them here, be present. Timing, 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 just like location, location, location. And then build QM concepts, rewards, and then find someone who can keep you sane. And that is probably the most important key we can give you today, is find someone who can keep you sane. See, waiting room. 7 people have entered the waiting room for this meeting.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, they're waiting for us. Oh,
Okay.
boy, he's read. Oh, go ahead, next.
Yeah, so I'll do be present at the table.
Uh-huh.
How's that? Do you want to sign these, Jean, or do you want?
You can. Why don't you do slide 1 and 2?
Sure.
And then I can do 3. Or why don't you do 1, 2, and 3, and then I'll do 4 and 5.
Perfect.
Okay. Perfect.
And then you saw on 5, I added plan ahead.
Yeah.
I hope that's okay.
Oh, that's fine.
And yeah, then I put in, so that's good. Then I put in which QM PD opportunities have you participated in.
Right.
And the list on the poll everywhere, I included some national things.
Okay.
Just so you're not surprised. That's what happens when we edit in the morning.
No, absolutely. That's all right. I wouldn't have, I'd have been fine. No problem.
So this is where it's sort of gelled with, okay, so now
I'm going to let you do this next series because you're you put this whole segment together, and I'm not going to be versed enough to do it.
Yeah, and we don't, and so I just wanted to make sure, because in our meeting, they talked about this.
Yep.
So I'm assuming they go to their facilitator to find out what their options are. So there's that, because the facilitators really know more about it. So there's that. And then this is the new course, and I do have a story to tell about that.
Okay.
And this is what our professional development funds went for in the Ohio. Should that go? Okay.
Do we really even need to do this?
Now this is being extended, right? If
Oh,
you haven't spent, I saw May 2021.
okay. That's good then. Yeah. So we do need to keep it in there then.
And the National QM Professional Development or some of these kinds of things. So
Uh-huh.
I think we can both talk about it, but I have done some of these.
Okay.
And then we could switch, we'll do this. So given those things,
Right.
where do you stand and what are some ideas for you to grow your professional development? Doesn't that seem like this slide or this goes here?
This poll, so we just talked about, oh, we've got about 3 minutes. We ought to start letting people in.
Yeah.
We need to get back up to the top. We'll figure it out as we get through it.
Okay.
Let's get back up to the top.
Yeah. And then the last.
Uh-huh.
So I was thinking, think about that, but I was thinking ending with, so how do you develop a plan and what are some ideas? So
Right.
here's some ideas you might also want to, if you haven't,
Right.
you can see here's some recommendations. That's kind of where I thought it might stand.
I think that's fine.
Okay. We are ready to go.
Jacob, are you the one that let them in or are we letting them in?
You guys can let them in. I'm just here for help.
Okay. And I'm not sure how to let them in.
There should be next to their name, admit all.
Oh,
or can you not do that?
Oh, they're all joining. And there they are. Good morning, everyone. We're going to be doing some poll everywhere today, some polls. So please take a few minutes here and get your cell phone out. We want you to participate and text to Tammy Macek. Text Tammy Macek 964 to 37607 to join poll everywhere. And then keep your phone open so that you can answer the questions. We're getting some folks coming in, and we will definitely be started here shortly. Okay. If you haven't done so yet, and for those of you just joining us, we're doing some poll everywhere. So if you will text Tammy Macek 964 to 37607. All right, Tammy, it is 9:45. We probably need to go ahead and get started. Hi, I'm Jean Wisuri, and I am with Rhodes State College, and I am the co-chair for professional development for the Quality Matters Ohio Consortium.
And hi, everyone. I'm Tammy Macek. I'm an instructional designer at Lorain County Community College, and I'm the co-chair with Jean of the State QM Consortium Professional Development. So welcome.
We're glad you're here today.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get started, Tammy. Tammy is going to be the driver today, just so you know. We intend this to be a very interactive session, so we are going to ask that you participate in the chat, and at the bottom of your screen, you will see the participant bar and the chat function. Tammy, if you'll show them where that is.
Mm-hmm.
Your neat little, there you go. in chat, and then go ahead and you will then type in your answers at the bottom, and you will be responding to everyone. I am the moderator, so I will be monitoring that chat for you today, and putting those questions out as we go along. So please, if you have questions, put them in the chat. Okay?
So again, this is the 5 keys to developing a successful QM professional development plan. And I'm Tammy Macek and Jean Wisuri. We introduced ourselves. So we'd like to start our session with a poll question. And our poll question today is it's a word cloud. We're going to create a group word cloud. Sum up the faculty professional development, QM professional development on your campus in 1 to 3 words. So, Leslie, you asked about no audio. So Jean, do you want to?
I probably muted myself if that was what she was referring to. So, but everybody right now is muted, and you do not have access to video. So it's going to be participating through chat only. And I'm continuing to admit some folks into the session. So
Okay.
Go ahead and do the word cloud.
All righty. So we will start again with which, bear with me a minute here. Let's get right to the right poll.
You need to go
Giving
previous.
away. Yes, I do.
You're
sorry.
hitting next.
Gotcha. So sum up QM professional development on your campus. So again, you, if you just joined us, you would text Tammy Macek 964 to 37607. So put in the 37607 in the 2 spot, enter, and then you can text, and then it will tell you that you've joined.
We'll give it a minute or two so we can see how it builds. Always needing more involvement. Absolutely. Still have more folks joining us. Working on it, individualized. Attended. Responsive. So it's always difficult, it can be difficult to, particularly with quality matters on newer institutions, to have quality matters part of that faculty development piece. And that's what we're going to be chatting about today.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really, yep, we've got some much appreciated. That's great.
Oh, awesome.
Attended week. Yes, I think we are all, I think we all have felt that way, particularly when we're trying to start out quality matters, professional development on our campuses. And we'll be asking you for your tips and ideas as we move along through this presentation.
So I think we're going to create one more word cloud, everybody, and I'm going to go to the next one. And so currently, what is your challenge to implementing and sustaining QM faculty professional development? So we had a sense of some of the challenges there, but what would you say is your challenge? Oh, finding the time is great. Interest. Exhaustion is, I think, a place that we can all relate to, right? after a
Particularly
semester.
now, particularly what's been going on and everything moving to online for the spring and now the summer. And at many institutions, it looks like we're going to be online for the fall as well. A lot of it will be online for the fall as well.
Yeah, and then Jean and I were also talking about how we really are experiencing this point of exhaustion right now.
And I know Chuck and Steve were talking about that during the opening session.
Right.
Resistance. We've got some resistance, yeah. It can be difficult to, people on your institution may be wanting to know what the value of Quality Matters is and trying to get it as part of professional development.
Okay, just another minute here, folks, and we'll move on.
Scheduling. Scheduling is a tough one, and we'll talk about that as well as we go through. Limited resources. Okay.
Okay, so let me go ahead. Bear with me as I switch back over. Okay. So in our session today, and really related to some of the things that you relayed here, our intention after attending this session, you will be able to identify and apply the 5 key elements of success to your institutional Quality Matters professional development plan. You'll also be able to recognize the differences between QM Ohio and national QM professional development opportunities. And let me get this in my full screen mode here.
We also had a couple of comments in the chat about the poll everywheres, and someone mentioned limited resources, which equals me. I think a lot of us are at institutions where we have very limited people to assist, and we may be one man, woman, one or two people in the department to help with professional development for Quality Matters. So I understand.
So we're trying to kind of help spread the wealth and collect ideas and support you as the QM Ohio professional development. So I guess that's I don't know what, an intrinsic outcome, right, Jean?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Jean, I'll let you.
So we're going to start with the 5 keys to success for professional development. Be present at the table with key stakeholders. So as we go through each one of these, we'll talk about them individually, these topics, and then this is where we're going to want to brainstorm with you. We're going to ask you to put your ideas into the chat. So we're going to talk about be present at the table. Just like with realtors, it's location, location, location. With professional development, it's timing, timing, timing. Make sure you build your concepts into your everyday professional development, or ID processes. That's a great place for Quality Matters, is in your instructional design processes. Think about rewarding. How do you reward folks for coming to your professional developments? And then Tammy and I thought this last one was particularly important, and particularly now, find someone who can keep you sane. I have a group at work that they blow up my phone when they get talking. There's 3 or 4 of us, but they are a way to blow off some steam and to feel some support, and that's important for you as we move along.
So I'd like to talk about that first key, being present at the table with key stakeholders. So we have and so I'm going to use an example of how being on a faculty professional development committee somehow getting to that place, if you have that, and being involved in the planning really has been a key for me at LCCC. It cost me a lot of time, but I was named a co-chair of our Center for Teaching Excellence. So, you know, I'm wearing many hats. I have co-chairs, so I don't do all the work with it, but that enabled me to be in on the faculty development days planning. So that's the week before the semester starts, time after the semester, and then another week before. And so that allows me to bring QM ideas to the table, to the point now that the provost will say, Tammy, is there a Quality Matters workshop that we could put into this slot? So that has helped me and helped us move things along, that I just don't stop talking about it. And so that to me has been a key, but that's what I mean by being present at the table. As the more you talk about QM, you will get invited to some of those conversations. So we'd like to hear from you. Any examples where you have, you know, you're on some of those broader professional development committees, or maybe you have a program that you're working with. And so we're working with our nursing program right now. We're going to establish some professional development there, and we'd love to hear from you.
So what ideas do you have, and how can you, what makes you think, or how can you be present at the table with your key stakeholders? Do you have someone who you report to that perhaps is on a professional development committee that you can get in that way? What are some ideas that you might have? And go ahead and put that in the chat so that we can talk about that. Nicole has a Center for Teaching Excellence that help them get started with Quality Matters.
Excellent.
They help to facilitate the workshops with logistics. That's great. Stacy has a small quality subcommittee, but it is tough to get other faculty to want to join. They also pay for lunch sometimes, Nicole said.
Lunch, food.
Yes.
Food.
Yes.
Yes.
The joke is, you know, give them food and they'll show up, right? So, yeah. Kingsley had an interesting comment, and I think she's right, that the higher ups have a real, she doesn't think the higher ups have a real understanding of what Quality Matters is. What are your ideas for making that, helping them understand that? Sarah said she was elected onto their faculty development committee as a new faculty member. So that's great. So she's got 3 years to work with professional development.
That's great.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kingsley. Kingsley is a guy. I apologize. Heather said it's hard to get others to understand the value of Quality Matters and not just view it as additional work. Has anybody, and maybe the next slide we'll talk a little bit more about that, quality metrics. There you go. There's a key. Eric.
Yes, for accreditation. Right.
Accreditation, absolutely. I know we just went through an accreditation process a little over a year ago, and our accreditors were very pleased to hear that we use Quality Matters as part of our assessment process. So that's great.
I had the entire nursing department contact me almost all at once. And it had to do with their accreditors asking for it. So, you know, going to strike while that iron is hot. It's tough to get people's attention when there's so much going on.
Absolutely.
And Alyssa had a good point there. I think out of COVID, it has given a lot of attention to online, and I don't know about all of you, but we're trying to even change the language from remote teaching to quality online.
There you go.
Mhm.
Nora said that sharing positive student emails, like Steve was doing from the first session, he had an email from a student that was very positive about the online experience, and theirs was a quality matters course, and that would be helpful to build a case for that.
Excellent. Okay, so we're going to move forward here to number 2, Jean. Oh, I guess
So
I'm gonna, are you talking
yeah, no,
about
go
this?
ahead. No,
It
go
doesn't
ahead.
matter. And we both, Jean and I just work together, so we don't always just divide things up, we just talk.
That's
So
true.
the best time really, when is the best time for professional development for faculty? So I know this is a golden question. We're all trying to figure out. We have actually, I went to the professional development conference, the Pod Network. Some of you might have been there. And that was what everybody was asking that question. But I have found we have to, we're of course aware of contract days, depending on whether you're union or not, and the time of day. So we have found the week before classes start, there's certain kinds of professional development that work, that people will work with. A few days after the semester, the week before, really the week before a semester, and at the end, sometimes on a spring break, but of course spring break this year was blown up. And then sometimes extended time over the summer. So really curious. And then time of day, we do have some common hour. So that's sometimes where we are trying to fit in some professional development. And oftentimes on Fridays. Fridays are sometimes more free than other days. The adjuncts are always asking for evening, adjuncts and CCP. So the other part of timing is scheduling ahead of time. And so that I think is also can be help take the stress off of us if we can plan ahead. But again, I don't want to plan too ahead without having my stakeholders know and say, yes, that looks good. So looking for your ideas.
And the planning ahead, make sure, if you can, do it for the entire year. I'm the assistant dean for the Center for Distance and Innovative Learning at Rhodes State, and we were in charge of professional development, and we did plan our entire year ahead and got it out there so our instructors knew and what they could see or get involved with during the year, and then plan for that. But for a lot of this, there has to be value by the institution that professional development is valued, and you truly need to be having faculty need to be doing professional development. So what are your ideas for getting, for timing, getting involved with that? So Laura is an adjunct, and she's on the professional development survey when she would be able to come, which is good. Don't forget the adjuncts. That's always important. Make sure you get adjunct input. Knowing ahead and considering the academic schedule, and hidden events. Hidden events. That's a really good comment. And that was from Sarah.
And then Nicole, you had said we do all our APPQMR and IYOC workshops on Fridays because this is the best for everyone. So Nicole, I think I'm weighing in on that with you, that I believe it's University of Akron, but I should not speak out of turn. Somebody, they have changed their class schedule so that it's only 4 days, and Friday is professional development day. That actually Sinclair, that is the case. I'm sorry, because we visited them. So good to get some good ideas.
Kingsley had a comment from the last slide, but I think it's also relevant here. It's also helpful to enlist the help of the faculty who realizes it's important. So you get champions who are maybe on the professional development committees that maybe you're not, know who they are, the key stakeholders, but know who your professional, who your faculty are, who are in those committees, that you can then help with the timing and getting these professional development opportunities out there. And Heather again says it's important to stress how valuable QM can make the teaching process better as well and easier for faculty. And then planning ahead is important as well. So those are some really good comments.
Good. Okay, so our third key point is let's look at how you can use QM concepts for everyday use. That can be just talking about QM in the development of a course, in your training, in your consulting. Like I am always, if I'm doing Canvas 1, how to set up a Canvas course, I'm always putting in Quality Matters concepts into my presentations. I was doing a virtual workshop yesterday with English faculty, and they asked me to talk about in Canvas using modules and navigation. And so guess what? I was able to bring in standard 8.1 ease of navigation, the consistency, the logic, the efficient, kind of use that as my core concept. And it's stuck with people. So I think that you can do that in these small bite-sized pieces so that people are saying, wow, those QM standards, they really cover a lot of things. So it can be done in these little bite-sized pieces as well to build the awareness. And so just wanting to hear some of your ideas.
Eric said that their institution has a template that meets
Yes.
27 QM standards, and that's great. Stacy indicated that it's helped them as they work with faculty members in their individual institutions. We have an alignment map when we do our professional, when we work with faculty to develop online courses. We have a process and a procedure, and part of that it's an alignment map, which again refers back to Quality Matters. So from the very beginning, even if it's not part of professional development per se, it's part of the development of a course.
Right.
So faculty understand and they're working it, and from day one, they're working with Quality Matters as part of the development of their course. And that's important to do that. What other ideas do you have out there?
And I might add on this too, faculty can easily have the perception this is way too hard and there's just way too much, and then throw the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak. And so that's why I like breaking down some of these concepts. And depending on where they are in their course development or revision process. We are actually implementing Blackboard Ally right now for the accessibility parts of things, of the courses, and that is helping us to return to the quality, or part of our justification was Quality Matters standard for accessibility. So that's really helped. And Jacob
talks about how as faculty don't always strictly teach online, so it's helpful to show how QM standards can help face-to-face content as well.
Yeah,
that's
great.
Absolutely true. QM is not just for online. QM is about the quality delivery of content. So that's important. So Yeah.
And then, yeah, to your point too, that courses as they're having to move online,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you all have had it. I had a face-to-face faculty member who I've had to work with fairly closely, and he said, "You didn't tell me this was going to be this hard." As far as managing an online course,
Mm-hmm.
and so, I think that there's more awareness, and this is the time to, seize that opportunity.
What kinds of comments are you getting from faculty as you help them with developing online courses? Are you getting a lot of pushback, or are you feeling that they're really relying a whole lot on you to get online, or are they in some cases maybe just totally ignoring you and just putting courses up, particularly when they had to do it so quickly and then moving forward?
Yeah, so, and I think that's good for all of you to weigh in. I found that some departments, all the faculty members in a discipline, got together to share ideas, but everybody was really open because all of a sudden they just said, I need to know how to do this or how to do that. So they rose to the occasion, I think. I'm just curious what all of you found.
Were they?
People who were not open before to teaching online realize they have to do it. But I do have a couple people that are like, Tammy, I just totally rely on you. But that's not the purpose, right? So Heather used course shells and went through training, and this helped. Yeah. But they were overwhelmed, weren't they? Yeah. Okay.
Jacob, there are groups that are reliant and groups that want to learn so they can be prepared moving forward, absolutely. Nora was surprised by how some faculty who never taught online rose to the challenge. And that's always
Yes.
good to see. And you will find that particularly when, like Nora said, this is a challenge. They know they had to do it. And, teachers really want to put their best foot forward. I mean, they want their
They
students
do.
to succeed. And so they're gonna rise to the occasion.
Yeah, and I had, conversely, I think that there were a couple of our faculty who said, this is it, time for me to retire. Well, I don't tell you what to do, but I'm thinking sounds like a really good idea. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the reality, right? So,
At our
and
institution, oh, I'm sorry. At my institution, all of our faculty have to use our LMS, traditional for at least the grade, to put grades in. So there is some yeah, I'm not gonna be able to say the word.
familiarity, maybe.
With it, but that's not everything, obviously, right? There's
Right.
still everything else, but at least that was a beginning, so that's good.
So great. Thank you for all of your comments. Just what a great, could you imagine if we all had our microphones on, we'd be chatting it up, right?
Absolutely.
So moving ahead, not that I want to interrupt any part of the conversation, Jean, I'm going to turn this one over to you for ideas about rewards.
So it's important for faculty who are going through the professional development to, obviously they want to know what the outcomes are going to be, so that's important. And then it's always a good thing to acknowledge their accomplishments. And so if they're going through professional development with Quality Matters, you give them a certificate of completion, which can be used for tenure or promotional packets. And we always provide certificate of completions for that very reason. Recognition of some kind, again, it could be, we just completed this professional development, beside the certificate of completions, maybe an email to their dean or to the group in general, or maybe, again, if you could get someone in the division to say, a shout out to these guys that just completed this professional development. Congratulations, and you're, moving forward and getting stronger in what you're doing. And then, of course, there are CEUs that are that you can also provide for faculty who are going through your professional developments.
I'm curious, is anybody doing CEUs? It's sort of on my to-do list, and don't know if that's an incentive for enough incentive for faculty. Some want that kind of thing, and some don't. But I'm curious.
How many of you have used certificate of completions as an acknowledgement of what they've done? Nora thinks indicates that it would be helpful to celebrate small successes too. It's a victory when a faculty member who never taught online figures out how to use Zoom, even if the course is not QM compliant. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Those are always good things to do. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so Jada had mentioned, you had mentioned about your nursing, teaching nursing at AU, and the challenge this has been with labs and clinicals. So I just wanted to acknowledge that we're facing the same. Actually had to bring some labs back on campus this week after the semester was over with. So
At my last institution, one of the things that we were fortunate at the time to be able to do, and I know now is not, but we were able to provide stipends to faculty who would complete some of our professional developments along the way. So, you know, and Patty has award badges for excellence in course design, and faculty can earn certificates for each training they complete. So yeah, those are the kinds of things that help to motivate people.
Excellent. Okay. Well, let's go to the sanity part.
So stay sane. How many of you, I wish you could raise your hands. Can you raise your hands in this? I'm not sure if you can or not. How many of you are feeling?
Oh, you can, yes.
You can? Okay. Raise your hand if you are feeling insane right now, or overwhelmed, or we all need a break, and we all need, yeah. I think there's a lot of folks who are feeling that way right now. So one way to help stay sane is to find faculty and staff champions that you can talk to, and you can engage them in helping you with Quality Matters professional development on your campus. We have some strong Quality Matters folks on our campus, and it's always cool to see how they are mentoring other instructors, and that's a way to help keep you sane, and you can bounce ideas off of them and chat with them, and that helps, and hopefully you can find those folks on your campus. And then buddy up. It doesn't just have to be about Quality Matters, right? Buddy up, and pick up a phone, call somebody, help you stay safe and sane. So like I mentioned earlier, there's a group of us that text each other, and again try to help keep us sane, trying to get through everything that we're doing. And then planning ahead will help ease some of the insanity if you can keep to your plan. And we've got to recognize that, yeah, we can plan as much as we want to, and then what happens? COVID-19 comes along, right? So you have to be flexible in what you do. So what are some other ways to help keep yourself sane? What ideas would you have? Go ahead and put those in the chat. And I think wine is an acceptable answer, just so you know.
Well, I was going to say that. So
beat you to it, Tammy.
Yeah, so as we were trying to get very quickly up to speed on WebEx, I had a small group of colleagues that we had a virtual happy hour on a Friday at 4:30 or 5 o'clock, and we just all got, there were 5 of us. We got our glass of wine and we cheered, cheers. We got through the last week or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so that was really, an encouragement. And then Sarah, to your point, I would say that in the places where I don't feel like people understand QM or instructional design for that matter, I have found so much support outside of my institution. And I have to say, in the places where I have to advocate, I will say, well, you know, my colleagues at Cleveland State, Rhodes State, University of Akron do blah, blah, blah. And so people look at me, really, and I think that it's so helpful just to form some friendships. So really, if you just need an ear, you know, ear to, and then want to talk some things through, please do so. Okay, we're really, really happy to do that.
Yeah, and remember, you're part of, I believe most of you are part of the QM Ohio Consortium, and you can reach out to anybody on the executive team or your QMC or a QMC at another institution. You can reach out to Tammy. Make sure you reach out to Tammy. No, you can reach out to either one of us, and we are more than happy to talk to you and to be part of, be part of your planning if you'd like us to help you do that.
Also, remember that you have a regional rep. So
Absolutely.
like we have a regional rep in Northeast Ohio, Sarah Rutland at Cleveland State. And so when I started to network outside of my institution, I really made sure I knew the people at my adjacent institutions.
Mm-hmm.
So that has really helped me. That has really helped. So
what other ideas
great.
do you have about that to stay sane? I know we've got,
how are we doing on time? 7 minutes?
yeah, I think we've got a little more than that. I think we're fine.
Okay. Great.
So Sarah is just still trying to figure it all out. She's new to
for
Ohio,
sure.
so
Yeah.
still figuring it out. So, you know, absolutely.
Great.
Yep.
But I think you will find this could be a real launching point for you, Sarah. So great. Great thoughts, everybody. I'm going to move this along to kind of our next section because I want to make sure we get there. So I'm going to ask you another poll question, and I'm going to pull that one up promptly. Promptly, come on. So our next question, stop that.
Isn't technology wonderful until it's not?
Yes, yes.
Do you need to activate that, Tammy?
I have to go to the next poll question, so bear with me. Bear with me. Here we go. Okay, so what I'd like you to do, this is multiple, you can select any or all or none, A through N. What Quality Matters professional development opportunities has your institution participated in, to the extent that you know that, in the past 2 to 3 years? Okay, so you'll notice you have some workshops and you also have some national things, and you can answer multiple times.
Look at that. APPQMR is basically the start. So obviously so it makes sense for us to see that being used most. Doesn't look like anybody's is none, so that's good. Or we're brand new to Quality Matters, so that's good.
Great. Yeah, that APPQMR is the gold star.
You've got peer reviewer certification. That's great. As you know, Ohio is a bartering system. So as a peer reviewer, you can get points for your institution if you're a reviewer on a course. So that's great.
Oh, so our poll has too many responses now. I love technology.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jeez. But you know, I used the free version, I admit. So hey,
There's only so much you can do, but
yeah, you're doing some
yeah.
things when you're doing things on the cheap. Oh well. So I'm going to take that off, folks, and let's go back to our presentation here. So what I'd like to, you know, get to next is just to review, and especially if we have any of you who are new, what things are free to those of you in the Ohio Consortium, okay? Because this is key, free. The APPQMR is free. It is right now being offered remote synchronously via Zoom. So there are options available. I think those of you who are facilitators, Nicole, I know you're in here, had mentioned that you would work with the facilitator on what that schedule would be. And then the online is asynchronous, you know, with a time limit, I believe 2 weeks. So somebody correct me if I'm out of turn on that. And then the improving your online course, same 2 options available. And the DYOC is new. So designing your online course is new. When we have facilitators trained, those workshops will be available. And so a lot of schools will start with the APPQMR, which is a full, you know, applying the quality matters reviewer or quality matters. If you think your faculty want to be peer reviewers, then you start with that. I use improving your online course because it's just a bit more condensed, and I put, when we were on campus, faculty were in a lab and they were working on their courses. So that's a case where IYOC was a perfect fit for, you know, a week or 2 before semester starts and people and faculty wanted to work on their courses. The designing your online course, I actually used the national workshop for a faculty member who needed to get through that very quickly to run an online course to get going on the design. So let me just go over DYOC a little bit. This is the QM description, but it basically starts with, here's a course map, and works through the plan of how you design a course with the rubric. And they create a course development plan and using the rubric. My faculty member who went through this absolutely loved it. And she continues to talk about some of the things she learned from that DYOC workshop. And she's actually been presenting on it, and her course is on the track now to go for a peer review. So that I'm looking forward to being able to offer this. And we have our own training as well, but this is a great idea as an alternative, condensed, really focused workshop. Okay, so let me go to this. Now, we are still have some institutions who have not spent their professional development funds, and so that will continue to be an option for you if you've not spent your funds. Okay, so keep that in mind. Those of you who are fairly new to that process, reach out to Jean or me and we can walk you through how you do that. But this is what is available for your $500 limit.
600.
600, excuse me.
600, yes.
Yeah, $600.
Yeah, as a member of the Ohio Consortium, each institution has $600 professional development funds that they can spend or that the consortium will pay for. So I'm sure some of you have spent them and some of you are looking to spend more, so have monies left. So if you're not sure, you can get in touch with us and we can help you figure that out.
Yes, and Sarah, I wanted to get back to your question. How do we get registered for the IYOC for free? So you would have one of the Ohio Consortium IYOC facilitators set up a workshop. I actually am thinking, and Jean and I need something to do. No, I'm kidding. But I really would like to do a statewide IYOC online.
That'd be great.
And I think that we could do something like that. Sarah, would that be interesting to you? Okay, great. Because sometimes you, as the QMC, just want to attend the workshop so you know what it's about. I think that's pretty powerful. So yes, we will get back with you on
We
that.
got about
Okay,
4
Sarah?
minutes.
Yep.
We got about 4
Okay.
minutes left, Tammy.
Yep. So we are. National QM Professional Development is really is excellent as well. And the QM success stories are free. There's going to be remote teaching resources that are free. The other things that I have listed here are not free, okay? But I do have to tell you really quickly, one thing I did when I had some money is I just talked to QM National and bought a block of professional development that I could just pick away at when I needed to do some workshops. So if you have a quick need to spend money, like I think it's like we got to spend the money because it's not going to be there, you can buy a block of professional development. So if you say, oh, I never, I need to know how to do that, I can help you with it. Moving ahead, sorry about the quick thing, but here's the third question. We have had this chart that says so what I want you to do is look at this chart a minute. And with these criteria, what are you new to QM? Are you institution A? Are you creating awareness and buy-in as institution B? And then the chart is great because it gives you the recommendation based on where you are in the in your process of implementing QM. Okay, and so I'm going to open up our lovely poll again and have you put that into the next screen here. So what institution is most like you? The A, the B, a C, or a D?
Yeah, maintaining momentum.
That's
Okay.
great.
Creating awareness and buy-in. That is, so we're at 50-50 right now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And so, Sarah, you would put, so we have at least one, Sarah, where you had talked about being new. So we need to move ahead, right? Okay. So one last question, folks. Just again, thank you for your excellent participation. Just another word cloud. What is one or two takeaways for you from today's session? If you give us an answer there, and then we'll let you
get to your next session. We're not alone. Absolutely.
That's perfect.
That's
if we have
great.
accomplished anything, that's perfect. Good.
Rewards, yep. Available. Support, good. IYOC. Ohio, QM Ohio. Absolutely. Networking, that is key. Support, yep.
Oops, sorry. Great. And so really, I think everybody that you can see QM Ohio is wine. So probably won't have the wine at the lunch networking, but maybe we should be having the, you
They
know how,
might though today. They might be able to do wine for
yes,
lunch today. No one
but
will know.
but you know, at the last year at Cleveland States, we went out afterwards.
Mhm.
So maybe we should have a happy hour after the conference today.
Okay, so we need to wrap it up and
Yes.
let you go. So thank you so
Okay.
much for being involved today,
Thank
and
you.
we're glad that we hope this has been helpful for you. And go ahead and move on. Can you move forward? I don't know if we've got the slide that we can get up,
Oh,
but go ahead
yes.
and move
Yes.
forward to your next session. You've got
Yeah, hold
15
on.
minutes, all right, or 10 minutes maybe. So
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Sorry about that. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Great to have you. Thanks for stopping in, everybody, and for your participation. Just
Can you
awesome.
put that in the chat? Put what in the chat, Leslie? I'm not sure what you want us to put in the chat. You can't. You have no visual.
Oh. Oh, the next sessions. Here, let me put this maybe on full screen, huh? Can you see it now?
Let's see. Oops. I copied something into the chat for you. The links are in there, but it's kind of messy. Oops.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, great. Yeah. Great. Yeah, it's hard to pick from all these great sessions, everybody. You'll just really enjoy.
All right. We've still got 9 folks in.
Okay. And I think maybe Amy is the next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. So should I stop? I'll stop sharing here.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have to end anything or?
Jacob, what do we need to do from here?
Well, if you're finished, I can end the meeting.
Okay. We are.
We've got 5 participants left. Yeah. I'm not sure if they're here still waiting on this or if they're maybe in for the next one. Got 4 left.
There
3.
we are.
We're getting down there.
Okay. Looks like everybody has left.
Let's go ahead and, yeah, let's go ahead and end it. Thanks.